The reason you do not enjoy shawarma is because you've not tried out my recipe. Hello everyone, welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Oge and you're welcome to my kitchen. Let's get started. We are making beef shawarma today, which makes beef the main ingredient. I'm in the process of cutting up my beef. Feel free to cut yours into whatever sizes or shapes you prefer. But I recommend cutting into very small chunks. That way it's very easy for you to bite through and enjoy your shawarma. I love to slice my beef when it's a bit frozen. This makes the knife to cut through easily, thereby making the slicing process seamless. I wash the beef off camera and I'm adding my seasoning. I seasoned with a little bit of garlic powder, ginger powder, all-purpose seasoning, grounded cayenne pepper, curry powder. I also added seasoning cube, just half of one seasoning cube, dry thyme, a pinch of salt to taste, and a little amount of cooking oil to help bind the spices together. After adding, I mixed properly, covered, and I let it marinate for about 30 minutes. Marinating the beef is optional, but I highly recommend because marinating helps the beef to soak up the spices. And we want this shawarma to be flavorful, we want every bite to be an experience. So I highly recommend you marinate your beef. For vegetables, I'll be using just cabbage and carrots and they've been washed properly off camera. I divided the cabbage into two because I don't think I need all of it for this recipe. I'll slice until I achieve my desired quantity and then I'll keep the rest. I'm done slicing the cabbage and I'm in the process of grating my carrots. But feel free to use as much vegetables as you want. You can also add other vegetables to spice yours up. For my shawarma dressing or sauce, I'll be using about 4 to 5 tablespoons of mayonnaise. I used Bama. This is all to help to bind the shawarma and also enhance the flavor. To that, I'm adding sweet chili sauce. If you want your shawarma to taste as good as mine, then you have to replicate my recipe. I added half a tablespoon of black pepper, 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. This is going to give the shawarma cream a sweet sour taste, which is just what you need. So this is what it's looking like after mixing. Super creamy. Shawarma lovers, I present to you my shawarma sauce sitting pretty. Onto the next, I added a little amount of cooking oil into my pan, let that heat up before going in with my properly marinated beef. I'll fry this until it's golden brown and very juicy because that is how I like it. If you're using a lot of beef, then I recommend you fry in batches because you don't want to overcrowd the pan. You want to give the beef enough room to fry properly. I fried the beef on low heat for about 7 minutes and I was going in at intervals to stir properly so it doesn't burn. If you've watched up to this point, thank you so much for staying with me. It shows you're enjoying the recipe. Please don't forget to give the video a thumbs up. You can take a moment and do that right now so you don't forget. I'd love to see your comments in the comment section. Share this video. Let me know what you think about this recipe. After about 7 minutes, this is what it's looking like. You can tell the beef is properly fried and it's time to take this out of the pan. Time to assemble the shawarma filling together, and I've just added my shredded cabbage. I'll also add in the carrots. The secret to a very tasty shawarma lies in the meat or chicken. That is the protein of choice you decide to go for. Stay with me. I'll explain in a short while. And also how tasty your shawarma sauce is. If you're making your shawarma with beef, then you have to season your beef properly. If your beef is not well seasoned, it tastes bland and that greatly affects the taste of the shawarma. So your beef or your chicken has to be properly seasoned and fried. Once you get this out of the way, then you're one step to achieving the most delicious shawarma. The second one is how you mix your shawarma sauce. If you don't use the right ingredients and quantity, you might end up with a very tasteless or funny tasting shawarma sauce. I think one of the mistakes a lot of people make is trying to make the shawarma sauce to be overly sweet. I personally think shawarma sauce is not meant to be sweet. It has to have that sweet sour taste, like something in between. You have to find a balance. I believe that once you achieve that balance, then you're good to go. And this recipe I shared with you will give you that balance. So try it out and then give me your honest review. After adding the shawarma sauce, I mix properly as you can see in the video and it's looking super creamy. You have to be generous with the sauce. You can see how it is. Every cabbage, carrot, beef is well coated. This is the shawarma bread I'm using for today's recipe and this is the small size. This comes 5 in a pack and this is what it looks like. I'll go ahead to divide it. I've had this for about 1 month. This has been inside the fridge for up to a month plus now. So you be gentle while trying to separate it so you don't ruin the shawarma bread. So once you've done this successfully, the next step is to add in the shawarma filling. You have to be generous with your filling. I do not add sausages to my shawarma because I do not like sausages. But if you're a lover of sausages, then by all means add it to your shawarma. You can add as much as you want. After adding enough filling, I proceeded to spread the shawarma cream around the edges of the shawarma bread. This is just to help it bind and stick properly so it doesn't come loose when I toss it into the pan to heat it up. Once you've gotten that out of the way, the next step is to roll or wrap the shawarma. This step is sometimes tricky, but just try to wrap it in such a way that it doesn't come loose when you toss it into the pan to heat it up. So this is what it's looking like after wrapping and it looks super nice. I'll repeat the same process for the rest. For short videos, kindly check out my YouTube shorts, Facebook and Instagram reels and my TikTok videos. I promise you, you're going to enjoy watching the videos. I make a lot of easy recipes. The handle to search for is Oge Anyoko on all platforms. Please check out my pages, watch my videos. Don't forget to follow me and leave me your comments after watching. Next up is to heat up the shawarma for about 2 minutes, 2 minutes on each side. This is just to make it hot. After about 2 minutes, I took out the first set, introduced the second batch, repeated the same process. I toasted it for about 4 minutes and I continued until I exhausted everything. This looks super yummy. What do you guys think? I want you to rate the shawarma on a scale of 1 to 10. Share your thoughts with me in the comment section. I hope you've enjoyed the video up to this point and you've learned 1 or 2 tips to help improve your next shawarma. So now to the moment of truth. I'll cut this and show you how juicy and creamy it looks inside. Are we ready? Here you go. Thank you all for watching. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you're yet to do so. See you all on my next one. Bye.